Hi there, my name is Amie Hoff. Welcome to the lower body and lower back stretching and flexibility class. So what we're going to do is most of the exercises are going to be down on the ground. And what this is going to do is just going to loosen up the whole entire lower body, especially because so many of us are sitting so much more right now. This is really going to help loosen up the lower back and loosen up the legs and the hips. So we're going to get started with a very basic, simple warm-up exercise. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit so you can see me a little more. There you go. So what this is going to do is the very first exercise is going to be a very basic pelvic tilt. So you're going to lie on your back with your feet flat on the ground. You're going to take your pelvis and you're just going to do some little tilts. So you're going to almost like press your belly button right down into the ground. Just like that. What we're doing is we're loosening up that lower spine, just getting some mobility in there, getting some blood flow into the muscles. We're going to do about 15 or 20 of these. Start small, and as soon as you start to feel yourself warming up a little bit, you can go a little bit deeper. You really don't want to take that butt off the ground like this. You want to keep it down on the ground. It's a very simple pelvic tilt. Just like that. Almost like you're tipping. Think about taking a bucket of water and you're tipping that bucket of water just a little bit to let a little bit dribble out. Good. Couple more. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to take it over to a child's pose. So come over onto your hands and your knees. You're going to keep your knees spread a little bit wider than hip width apart, just about like this, so that you'll have room to put your butt down. So that's what it's going to look like. You're going to sit with your arms at a 90-degree angle, just like this, and then you're just going to slide your butt back, come down as far as you can. You may only be able to get to this far. That's totally fine. If you can make it down a little bit lower, that's even better. Then I want you to take your fingers and reach them in front of you. Drop your head right between your arms, and just drop your butt down as low as you can go, and just relax. Breathe. I want you to sort of breathe into the lower back, just relaxing that lower back as you reach your fingertips forward. You can rest your forehead right onto the floor or the mat or the towel. Reaching your fingertips further forward each time as you drop your hip back and down. And just sit there for a moment. Breathe deep, nice and deep. Good. Now, slowly come out of that pose. Back up to your hands and your knees. We're going to do a cat and cow stretch now. So I want you to bring your knees in just a little bit so they're right underneath your hips. And your palm of your hand is right underneath your shoulder, just like this. It's a 90-degree angle here and a 90-degree angle here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your belly button and you're going to round your back and you're going to drop your head under and you're going to curve that spine so you feel it all opening up all through the spine. Keep your head tucked under, really round the back, bring your belly button up, and then bring it back to neutral position. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. The head goes up, the butt goes up, and the chest goes down. Nice. Hold it there for a moment. Back to neutral. And again, underneath, dropping that head, rounding the back, bringing the belly button to the spine, really rounding that back. Good. Breathe into the lower back. Back to center. Neutral position. Last time. Drop the butt back just a little bit, chest goes out, head goes up. Perfect. Okay. Now let's come back down to child's pose one more time. Spread those knees just a little bit. Reach the fingers forward, drop the butt back and down. You should be able to feel this stretch a little bit more now. Sink the butt back and down, reach the fingers forward, drop your forehead to the mat. If you need to bring your hands back to be able to get yourself a little bit lower on the ground, that works too. Just stay there for a moment and breathe. Relax the whole body. Nice. Okay, good, perfect. So let's have you now come on to your back. What we're going to do now is sort of stretch out the lower back, but also the hamstrings. And how we're going to start with that is both legs are going to go straight. Then you're just going to bring one knee in, pulling it into the chest and the head. So it's not pressing it down into the chest, it's bringing it forward this way. So you almost feel that pelvic tilt. And you're stretching out that lower back and the glutes right here. And then I want you to straighten that leg out, bring it right back in again. Put your hands on your top of your shin and in front of your knee so that you can guide it to bring it in a little bit deeper each time. Straighten it out. Bring it in. Each time you bring it in, you're going to feel it get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Again. As you're doing this, I want the leg on the floor to be reaching towards the wall. So almost pressing right through the heel. Good. One more time. Good. Breathe into it. Nice. Okay, let's switch to the other side. Straightening out the right leg, drawing the left knee in. Now you're going to feel a little bit tighter to start. So just be very gentle, reaching this bottom straight leg forward. Really, really feeling it. Good. Straightening that leg out. Bring it right back in again. Hand on the knee and the top of the shin to assist you to draw it into the chest. And you should be feeling this stretching all through the hamstring, the glute, and the lower back. Nice deep breaths. Relaxing that leg, straightening it out, bringing it back in again. Last time. You can do 4 or 5 on each side, really depends on how tight you are. There's no magic number. It's whatever it is that you need that's going to give you the flexibility. Good. Nice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the starting leg again. This time we're going to keep the other leg bent, whereas before it was straight, we're going to keep it bent. Now you're going to take that leg up in the air. You're going to take both hands and wrap them right behind, not right behind the knee, but just below the knee, just like this. And now what you're going to do is you're going to assist bringing that leg in and up, right? So you want to be able to, you can cross your hands like this, or you can hold on like this. It really doesn't matter. What we're trying to do is really stretch out the lower back and the hamstrings right here. So this is just sort of not completely straight because that's going to be too much of a stretch. So you want to keep a little bit of a bend in the knee as you draw that knee into the chest and the head. You can really feel it. So if you're only here, that's fine. If you can feel, you pull yourself in a little bit more to get a deeper stretch. That's what we want to work towards. And then after you're holding it for about 30 seconds or so, drop that foot down, just relax the knee, let it relax here, let some blood flow in here, and take it right back up again, pulling it into the chest. You can also think about dropping that hip down to the ground. So we don't want you up here where you're pulling it so much. We really want to keep this hip down, so you're almost separating this muscle. Just like that. Good. Relax that foot one more time, bend the knee, just rest for a second. Back up again. Really pulling it in. If you can straighten out that leg now that it's getting a little bit more flexible, you can try that. It'll get a little bit of a deeper stretch, a little more challenging. Really keep that hip down. I don't really want you to straighten it out if when you do, you're going to come up like this. You want to keep that butt down on the ground, pulling it in, straightening it a little bit if you can. You should really feel it stretch out right into there. Good, and each time you bring it in, you'll feel a little bit of a deeper stretch. Perfect, let's switch over to the other side. This foot stays down on the ground with a bent knee. Bring up the other leg, grabbing behind the knee, just below the knee behind here on your lower hamstring. Good, just bring that knee into the head, the chest. Keeping that leg up in the air, dropping that hip down. You're gonna also notice that one side is a little bit tighter than the other. Everybody has one tight side that's a little bit more, it's just tighter, and so you need a little bit more attention to it. Good, and now relax that leg, drop the foot, let it rest for a moment, bring it right back up again, drawing the knee into the chest, assisting with the hands, giving it a little bit of assistance, making sure that hip is staying down on the ground. Good, you're really going to feel this. The more you bring it into the chest, straighten it out a tiny little bit if you want, you're going to feel it around. Play around with it. What I want you to do is to really sort of bring it in a little more, straighten it up a little bit. I want you to find where your safe position is, how far you can take it. I want you to go a little bit past that just so that you can get a nice deep stretch. Good, relax it one more time, rest it, and back up as you bring it into the chest. Really drop that hip down. You should really be feeling it again in the hamstrings and into the lower back. Good, very nice. Okay, we're gonna go back to stretching just specifically the lower back, a little bit of the hip. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cross one leg over, take your right over your left, so it's almost like you're crossing your legs. And then what you do, place your hands out to the side, and then I want you to gently drop over to the side so that you're really feeling it stretch all through the lower back here. And this top leg, what it's doing is it's assisting in bringing that left leg down. So just breathe into it, take it nice and easy. I want you to feel it stretching in that lower back. This feels so good, so good. The more you relax, the deeper the stretch will be. And when I say breathe into the muscle, just think about taking your breath in through the lungs, down through the body, and right into that lower back. It really is not literal, but what it does is it just focuses you on relaxing that area. All right, nice. Come back up to the center. Uncross those legs. Now cross the left over the right and dropping down to the left side. Now this is my tighter side, so I'm not going to get down nearly as far. So I'm just going to be very gentle about it, feeling it stretching all in through here. Relaxing into it. Feels so good. Oh, so good. Just relax, breathe into the lower back. Now this, you want to hold it for about 10 or 15 seconds on each side, and you can go back to each side too, depending on how tight your lower back is. All of these exercises, you want to hold each stretch for about 10 or 15 seconds. All right, back up to the center. Nice. All right, I want to do one more, and this is a little bit more for the hips, but also the lower back. So now you're going to cross your ankle over the knee like this, so it's staying open a little bit. You've got a triangle or right in here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab the same area just below the knee. You're going to bring your whole body up, your whole legs up, and you're going to draw that in. But now what you're going to do is you're really going to feel it on the outside of that hip of the left side. That leg can stay up in the air, or it can come down here depending on how tight you are. Really putting both hands right here at the top of the hamstring to allow you to be able to draw your hip in. The more you pull it in, the more you're going to feel it right on the outside of that hip and lower back. So just relax for about 15 seconds. And then bring your feet down, uncross, right ankle over the left knee, grabbing just below the left knee on the top of the hamstring, same thing. Whew. This I really, really feel. So this is my tighter side. So everyone's going to have a little bit of a tighter side. So I'm just being a little bit more gentle. I can't bring it in quite as far, which is fine. I'll get there. Just breathe into it. The more it stretches, you can pull it in a little bit more. And I'm starting to go dark, so I'm going to pull this. There we go. Good, just a few more seconds. And another thing you can do too is if you're really, really flexible here, you can use this elbow to help push this open a little bit more. So really what you're doing is you're opening up this hip while you're up here, using this elbow. That gets you just a little bit of a deeper stretch. There you go. So what I want to do though is now I want to go back to do one more time, just for a few seconds. Right leg over the left, dropping to the right side. So much less tight now. That's amazing. I hope all of you feel that. It's perfect. It's okay if both hips are not on the ground. This one's going to come up just a little bit, which is fine. Back to the center, cross, uncross, cross, drop to the other side. And just relax into it. Good. Okay, let's finish off with a child's pose, which is what we basically started with. So feet a little bit, your knees are a little bit wider than your hips. You're going to sink your butt back and down, reach those fingers forward. And it's amazing, you really, really should be able to get a little bit deeper with this one. Since we first started, what we've done is we've really loosened up all those muscles, so now you can get a little deeper stretch. Forehead down into the ground, just relax. As you reach those fingertips forward, sink the butt back. There you go, come on up. Perfect, nice job guys. So again, you can hold each of those stretches for 12 to 15 seconds. You really want to do what feels right for you. Some people are going to be so flexible, they can do a deeper stretch and hold it longer, but just ease into it. You can play this class over again just to kind of get yourself used to it, and you can do these at any time of the day. If you start to feel your lower back's tightening up, just get down on the floor and do these stretches. See you at the next class. Bye.